guys.
Okay.
So I leave you casting this and I bring you as soon as possible.
Yes.
And these guys move here, Stefano.
Okay.
And see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. So
So this matchup is Affinity versus Jeskai Ephemerate. And I'm not sure because the about the Affinity list, because I think the Affinity player is playing also Jeskai, as we saw yesterday Francini is doing.
yeah, and we see the start of cleansing wildfire with the card of the opponent is
Springleaf Drum.
Strum. Okay.
Yeah, I think a very good start from the Jeskai player. That's probably your best turn too, because you ramp and you draw cards. So I think in this matchup, if you can afford to play Murmuring Mystic on turn 3, you're very ahead. Because I don't
Yeah.
think Affinity has a ton of ways to deal with that, especially so early in the game.
Yeah. There was no mulligan in this matchup I've seen before, so everybody started at 7.
That's a Ginger Brute. Yeah, I think like I'm very curious about the list of the Jeskai player because I think a lot of players are like toying with this new Affinity decks. And like yesterday we saw Francini with a quite control list. This one with Ginger Root seems a rather aggro.
Yeah.
Because we know
Yeah.
someone just plays fleeing.
I think that this is the way to try to win this match the aggro way with Ginger Brute and so on.
Yeah, but I think it's interesting that Affinity players, started with blue white and then maybe needed a bit of extra reach because yesterday we saw a lot of matchups where Affinity left the opponent at 2, but then the
Yeah.
opponent went full control
Yeah.
with 7 cards in hand, full removals, and then basically since you rely only on creatures,
Yeah.
you don't have any way to pressure your opponent, so you lose.
Yeah. Here we see a Tokast and Frogmite.
Yes, followed by another drum. He's trying to go off.
And immediately Mir. Wow. What a turn two.
Probably,
One of the best turn two that this deck can do.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
now he has a wonderful race here,
Started,
putting a clock to the opponent that was started really slow.
yeah, like it started land drum and then boom, 6 permanents and
Yeah. Yeah. And I've seen so much of these decks that are doing these starts really in an easy way. So I think that this deck is working really well now in this meta with these cards. Can do these starts and is not a let me say special start
sure,
or something else.
like
It's really
normal business,
this is the plane of this deck.
of course.
And so here Francini.
Yeah, I'm very curious because I think, of course, the Jeskai player is facing 11 damage next turn.
Yeah,
So I rather need to understand if it's better just to play like a Murmuring Mystic we saw in his hand,
yeah.
or develop like an Augur of Bolas plus Ephemerate, Cleansing Wildfire. Like, I think when this deck operates with,
Wow. Second cleansing wildfire,
so decide to develop his mana a bit more, fix his lands.
but chooses to take a lot of damage this turn
I think
and exposing.
he will probably play an Augur of Bolas, but thing is, like your opponent plays Sacred, Great Furnace, so
Yeah,
he has red. It means at some point he would probably send some Galvanic Blast at you. So I would be very, very scared to be in his
yeah,
position.
exactly. So double blue and okay, Augur of Bolas, as you said, a good blocker at least for this turn.
I'll cast into fire.
Wow, main deck.
Yeah, I mean, it still takes like 9 damage. It probably
Yeah,
comes down to
yeah.
10 because turn before the Ginger Root connected.
I mean, in general, this is a card that you can put in on like attaching. Oh, Scamming the glitters now. And from the body language, we see that
Come on.
the game one is going to be all at right side.
10
Counting.
damage plus like 10 damage by the
Wow.
Ginger Brute.
Full tapped out, just an Agor of Bolas.
Thinking about because
Yeah,
he knows that next turn the Jeskai player will kill the Ginger Brute with the cast into fire. So I think he was like thinking if he could hold the counter spell or not. So
here I think that you want to take as much damage as you can with this Augur of Bolas and try to kill that glitters because otherwise the match is over.
yeah, I think maybe like if you can draw another land to play like Murmuring Mystic plus cast into fire, maybe as a bit of breath next turn.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you can stabilize into a mid game, but still like that red mana is really threatening from just Galvanic Blast.
I don't know here really in this if this deck has an outcome, I don't know because in this situation you still have two mirrors to resolve. You still have that Gingerbread that for sure can be resolved now, but uh, the situation here is not simple.
That's Mystic plus.
Okay, and it's cast into the fire is coming to the Gingerbread to resolve the all that glitters, and you have a additional blocker. That,
Gingerbread should be exiled, right?
yeah, Gingerbread has to be in exile.
Focus. I mean, we saw Francini doing this move a lot yesterday. Like, okay, it looks like it's similar list with the.
Oh, it's you called for it, huh?
Yeah, is that little? Maybe
I think
at
I
least
think
if
attack
it's not,
attack for
it's.
all and then try for Galvanic.
I think if it's not little, it's incredibly close. So
Okay, all mirrors and Frogmite that attacks now double block on the 2/4/4, taking 2 damages. And now Galvanic.
sure,
Okay,
that takes down the
that
game.
that's game two.
And we still don't have the deck list, but
No,
I think from the Jeskai side, more cast into fire will come. You see Destroy Evil.
yeah, we see. I think two casts into the fire or three casts into the fire. So one main deck probably,
Yeah.
and three on side. And is in up four. I think that this is the side really.
Those are, I think, Destroy Evil. It's another decent card to put.
Yeah. We don't see the sideboard of glitters, but I think it's the matchup. How do you evaluate the matchup for glitters here?
I think it should be like bad for you because the affinity like usually suffer attacks full of removals
Mm-hmm.
unless like those starts when you have very explosive mirror enforcers are the only way you can win because like he dealt exact damage to
Mm-hmm.
the opponent
Mm-hmm.
that otherwise would untap with that Murmuring Mystic, like cast 3 or 4 spells.
Mm.
So I think the splash for red, for the Galvanic Blast, and for the Synth
I
really
agree.
helped you to, yeah.
And we've seen also here, no, the
Yeah.
last damages were done by Galvanic Blast. I think that in a deck like so, this splash is really huge
Hmm.
and resolves probably also mirror decks if you, because you have access to direct damages also on creatures.
Yeah.
So that's a good choice, I think.
Yeah, also because like the splash is not so costly because you still play artifact lands to accelerate your plan. So
Yeah,
I think it's quite free. And I tried both versions of Affinity recently, and the red deck really overperformed in my testing.
yeah,
Just because, like, in a meta full of gardens, as we saw yesterday, having the possibility of just drawing the lethal galvanic after he played stuff out and stuff
yeah.
really helps you just have a more squared matchup.
I totally agree. And now Alessandro took us the lists.
Thank
So
you.
thank you. And we see here super round sideboard for Federico Alvisi that has four obsidian Acolyte, crimson Acolyte also four, standard bearer four, and three relic.
Yeah,
So
I really like this. Like you bring four cards inside or four.
yeah, four three.
Yeah.
That's it.
So
I don't need anything. We have a plan, and the plan is the one of game
yeah,
one. Okay.
even like versus Kate, you said just four standard bears, and that should be enough to for you to win. Like even
Okay.
in mirror, right?
Yeah.
So I think we'll just bring in the Crimson Acolyte to to prevent scrads, etc.
Yeah. I think
And
I
also
agree.
cuts into the fire.
We've seen that was bringing four cards, so probably this playset. How what do you think we will took out from the main deck?
Mm,
I really see this main deck and I see just powerful cards.
yeah, me too.
Really.
It's tough to see. I think
I'm curious of the mono copy of Core Skyfish. Really strange stat.
yeah, maybe it's because you need something more to combo out. We can say to synergy better
Yeah,
with the synth.
yeah.
So, they play for experimental synthesizer, so having the possibility of bouncing it to one more time,
It's something like an extra plan, no?
an
Let's
extra glint
yeah,
talk, yeah,
yeah,
the fifth glint talk, I
yeah.
think.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, while in the Jeskai control list, we see two cast into fire
That
to destroy
probably
evil.
will come in for sure.
Yeah, I think just cast into fire and destroy evil. I wouldn't mind to have blue elemental blast. I think those are
I agree. I agree. I think here the plan is just to put some hate from artifact and try to do our best to not to take all this damage because Alvisi was started really strong and Cassani was doing two cleansing wildfire
yeah,
in order to ramp, but really exposed to damage. So I think that is not the best start from for this matchup. The double
yeah, I agree.
cleansing.
So
So
I think we'll probably side out like all the slow cards, maybe one Archeomancer, one late to dinner, stuff like that. So even counter spells are not bad.
yeah, I agree. And we have also access to several spot removal if you
Yeah,
see, because you see Scred, you see Lightning Bolt, you see
Fire Eyes.
Fire and Ice. So I think that here Cassani was not really lucky in this match because uh, the good start and no removal from
Yeah.
for him was
Even I think like the opponent at some point just exploded and
yeah.
six permanents in
Yeah, yeah.
one turn or
I don't think that anyone can win a start like that.
yeah. Okay, looks like they're discussing their mulligan. Um,
Cassani, I think that keeps.
yeah.
Alvis is not sure like Cassani.
Yeah, I think the pressure is all on him in this matchup because he really needs to put a board
Yeah.
and
Uh,
not be dead to
what I
what's going
don't
on.
really like for from this deck is that is really dependent by the opening end,
Yeah,
really a lot, like before. So we need to have some time to think about the opening end because it's a lot. Ah, okay. Oh, so Cassani was mulligan. Was not giving. Okay. So Cassani Mul, and that um, I think that Albisi keeps. Okay.
Let's see if these six cards and will be better. I think like if I spot the cards correctly, Cassani was just having a decent hand with the ways to cycle and the right colors, but not many things to do once you get access to the mana. So it was rather trying to have a more removal heavy hand, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think if you do one for one the first turn, so you can still excel in this matchup. And we see like that's a preordain on next turn, so
Yeah. At least as a quite good start. Oh, wow. Okay.
it's a Dawnbringer Cleric
Yeah,
for
Dumbring
the big
Cleric,
draw
that
step.
is a really good draw up here. Okay, now it's coming the preordain, so Scry 2 looking for his hand, and we don't see the Scry, but I think that
Bottom, yeah.
two bottoms. Okay.
I think it's either looking for a cast into fire or like more lands.
Yeah.
It seems only found a mountain.
And yeah, found a mountain, so other tapped land and pass, hoping that Albisi will not start like before. Okay,
Synthesizer on turn
synthesizer.
two. Interesting.
Quite good frogmite here. I think that Glintok is not what we're
Yeah,
searching for.
that's interesting. Mana Screw. So if Kasani can cast into fire, that land
Yeah, yeah,
really leave the
yeah,
opponent a lot behind.
yeah. Alvisi gave that information, and Cassani is taking like a good present from Christmas, and and move out that land. And okay,
Yeah, they should be both
yeah,
exiled, so
yeah.
they're keeping track correctly of the zone.
Perfect. Exile zone for both. Found a land for Alvisi that is playing Gingerbrute and attack Wilson with Frogmite. Really lucky here to find a land, otherwise
Yeah,
the game will be a mess.
yeah, I think even over like now we see a very powerful move of Multiplier plus Ephemerate
Yeah.
to really
One of
jump
the
ahead of the.
one of the best moves of the old school power, let me say also.
Yeah, also because like this affinity deck, apart from Galvanic Blast, doesn't play any other removal, so it's really like drawing a ton of cards without
Yeah,
any punishment.
yeah.
It's Fragmite
Is the price to
system.
pay to have a huge start not having interaction with your opponent,
Yeah,
otherwise you will miss a lot of slots.
Traben Inspector.
Coming
Let's see.
for the clue.
See if it doesn't find a land, it's like cards are not very threatening since all the details cost two. So Kasani can really wait and just play a slower and more like control matchup,
Yeah,
drawing cards and sculpting his hand.
again ephemerate, so drawing three for this main. Wow.
That's probably cool.
Now we have everything to look up for this matchup. We
Yeah,
have
and
another cast into the fire, if I see well.
let's see if these affinity lists play any. Um, it doesn't play any basic land. So if Cassani play casting to fire onto the ancient, then is another way to like sink all the opponent.
Yeah,
That's very very huge.
yeah,
I'm not sure he will try to go for it because we saw yesterday Francini was playing mono planes.
yeah, yeah. I think that is there is monoplanes there, and we see the cleric.
And still like he's holding up a counter spell. So
Yeah,
I think this game is most likely in the book right now. We just really need to find like a mystic or something to explode.
yeah.
Ginger Brute.
But let me say here, Cassani is really confident. I
Mhm.
think it's full of cards. The no good start from Alvisi managing this match, and we see also from my side, I can say that the deck from Cassani, I really like that deck because it's doing a ton of card advantage
Yeah.
that in Pauper is like the best. Okay, card advantage is really, really, really important every time. But in Pauper, where you don't have a card that is changing totally the matchup,
Mhm.
the the card advantage is something that will for sure let you win the game. And again, cleansing wildfire, another card advantage, another land. So
Yeah, I think that cleansing wildfire the previous turn on the opponent land would have been, I think, strictly better just because you map your opponent and you understand if he plays a planes or something like that
yeah,
rather than play the cleric because you
hmm,
can still block with the big fish.
yes, yes.
Now, of course, like ramping is also huge because you can
You
set up a better turn.
and you have a huge hand with a lot of cards, so
Yeah,
really, really a good move here.
I'm pretty sure he's in the driver's seat right now. Just need to find something to just win.
Yeah,
And
a
it's
bit
like,
slower the plan to win for
yeah,
this deck for sure, but finding a scred is a way probably.
yeah. So you can answer the gingerbread.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's attacking with the Mool Drifter.
taking 2 damage and go. Alvisi has a ton of cards in hand, but is not finding another land. So still blocked at 2.
I'm pretty like curious to see how many red cards are hidden in his
Ah,
hand.
okay,
If you
okay.
find a
Find
red
the
land,
find the fornace, so another synthesizer.
yeah, but it's a sad synth because when you play synth on after you play the land drop,
Oh,
of course you miss something.
all that glitters.
And we know that Cassani has a spread though, so it's not the best move possible.
Yeah, probably was waiting for it.
Yeah, I think, but you get like let's say 1.5 for one because all the glitters was a free spell, of course,
Yeah,
for the glitters
yeah.
for the sorry for the synth.
Now coming for Cassani. Another land for him. As we see, he has a lot of draw cards, and again,
Yeah,
preordain, scry 2, then draw a card.
that's another multi-drifter. So
Wow,
on the bottom, it's
on the
fine.
bottom.
Think he's really looking for something specific.
Yeah, I think here is the pressure. He's finding some source of pressure in this match. Another Muldriffer, so
Yeah,
now we understand the bottom.
think he has one more in hand after this one.
So 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
and these multi-drifters are like attacking, so they're both
Yeah.
at 16 right now.
Okay. Alvisi trying to understand how to close this match before the card advantage will punish him. But I really think that here you have to find a lot of solution, and you still have 2 blue lands with the
Yeah,
counter spell in the end of Cassani. So
synthesizer,
again,
finds a land. I think this matchup is very mid enforcer dependent, like because
Yeah,
if you play mid enforcer on like turn 2 or
yeah,
3, the scred player doesn't have enough lands to scred it, so it's just something that they can't really remove.
yeah. Exactly. If you don't start with the frogmite that is helping you to whole the affinity and giving so much pressure on big creatures because Mir Enforcer is a 4/4, so it is really a mess for this deck. Attacking for Gingerbrute and playing a frogmite,
Yeah.
revealing also a galvanic blast. Like I give you another information.
Yeah, that's interesting because he can really just attack with the ginger brute for 1 for the X turns, and then at some
Yeah.
point just shoot you. That's a third preordaining.
Preordain. Yeah.
An
Fine.
Archimancer. And we know Kasani has an ephemerate in the graveyard, so he can just start to make a mess and record casting to fire.
The three cards that he's using also familiar
Yep.
to do a lot of advantage.
Yeah, I think this deck is like familiars, but without the combo elements.
Yeah,
Just value engine.
yeah, the structure is that one. Yeah, and it's coming, searching for the ephemerate from the graveyard. Opponent is full tapped out, so you can do whatever you want today. And attacking for 4 damages of Muldrifter that at least put the clock on 4. So we still have our Ornithopter to block, but I don't think that is really
No, I think
happy.
like the plan of the Affinity player right now is just taking everything and try still to be the aggro deck with the ways to shoot at face.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious if he will shoot the Archeomancer in response to Ephemerate or is keeping the Galvanic Blast as a way to.
Open for to close the
Yeah.
game. Here the card advantage is so on Cassani. I don't know. I really don't know if I want to leave that Archaeomancer there, but
Okay. Yeah, like yeah, this game is really slowing,
yeah,
coming down to this late game where Cassani has an infinite amount of lands, an infinite amount of value, always 7 cards in hand, answer for everything. So um, I think he's just praying, trying to end up the game because remember that since the Affinity player Alvisi won the first game, he can't really play like Kasani can't really play a slower game and try to go to turns because otherwise this game will end up in a draw. And I think they both had a loss. We're both at 7-1.
yeah,
Sorry, 6-1 after game 1.
6-1. Yeah.
But getting a draw this early in the morning is not beneficial for any of them. So I think they should really play fast and try to win this game.
Okay, Alvis is like considering what he has to do not to lose this game. uh, Taking Gingerbrute and the 2 Frogmite, and also Traben to attack. Here comes the blocks, both on Frogmite.
Not sure why it doesn't block with the Archimancer. The Traben, I think it's kind of fine. Still takes 2
Yeah,
damage, it's
yeah.
fine. Go to 11. I think it's really like trying to keep the Archemancer out of the contention.
Yeah. Okay. That galvanic goes on the Archomancer, but is coming the counterspell to protect that Archomancer, and then again ephemerate goes on over and over again.
Yeah, I think like the game is kind of actually over because um, Cassani can just ephemerate the um, Dawnbringer Cleric to gain some extra life,
Yeah.
just in case. Now we can probably like try to start to go
Coming
all the
also
lands,
cast into the fire.
exile the blue land, so we know that Alvisi doesn't have any way to stop to counter what's going on, and another cast into fire on the red source now.
Okay. Now we see all the card advantage for for the whole game. So I think we are going to game 3 here.
Yeah, I think the Affinity player is really like he can really play slow because he doesn't have any advantage in playing fast.
Yeah.
Like he really like if this game ends up slower because he can weigh in a few times as we saw game one. He can
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
uh,
Just
develop a very quick hand, turn two double mirror enforcer, while this Jeskai player is really forced to play as fast as possible to close out this game.
he's trying just to understand the way of playing of the opponent, probably understanding the card attached and taking his time to go on for game 3 with as much as information he can. Because here in a local store, I will concede and we
Yeah,
go
yeah,
to the
yeah, me
third.
too. But like I'm used to play a magical line where I
Yeah,
have my time, you have your time, so we can play like the whole game, and we see, because if we
yeah,
both play fast, no one times out. But here in paper, where the time is tied, you really have to keep a pace, and
yes. Okay. Again, attacking from Ginger Brute.
I think we'll just attack with
Yeah,
everything. Like
yeah.
Free is worried about being dead to a bolt, but because it is at 8, so
8. Yeah.
but something will be ephemerated, so I, I, I don't know, I like to attack with everything probably. Well, maybe not because you're already tapped out, so you don't have any value. Just 1 damage with the ginger root. 12. Then really
Again,
like
ephemerate again on the Archomancer, finding, trying for a Galvanic, and then again counterspell on with Galvanic.
yeah.
So ephemerate goes on in hand. Another what is that? A land? I didn't see.
Mhm.
Probably a foil. No, a foil land. I don't know.
Yeah.
But here he can. Okay, Agor
Ogre of
of
Bolas.
Bolas.
Another cast into no, that's a breath weapon.
Okay, and now just finding for the lethal.
I'm not sure even you will cast. I think it's fine to take the breath weapon. I'm not sure you will cast it, of course, because his like way to win this game is with the small drifters.
Yes.
But also breath weapon will really pulverize the opponent board. He decided to take ephemerate over that. And they have 15 minutes to win this game. It's interesting because like I picked this table and they have quite extra time, but they are still like this Jeskai control is really time consuming. So
Again, attack for 4 damage of the 2 mole drifters, taking damage for Alvisi that is going to 4. Then again, another ephemerate.
yeah, and you can go like you have to counterspell and cast into fire in hand.
Yeah.
And,
So
try to
your
win, but good luck.
your turn, two white lands, and I have 2 counters. So do whatever you want. Okay.
I want to spell the Raven Spectre just because I want to use my mana. Yeah, go.
And now
Yeah,
finding for the little one.
I think now it's little just because you can Galvanic Blast your Ornithopter
Yeah,
and attack for 2. For with the 2 Multiplifters, I mean, it's attack for 4. That's an Angel Song, so
yeah.
interesting
So
card to have in the main deck.
Scred, and now attack for the 4 damage. That
Yeah, I think like the Affinity player can sacrifice the Ginger Root to gain 1 more turn.
yeah,
It's really like playing for the time.
really just to know every kind of card that the
Yeah,
opponent plays. And again, ephemerate, so it starts an infinite loop here.
yeah, and
Okay,
that's
game 3.
game.
But now at game 3, Albisi has to play first. So is I think as an aggro player, I think that can change a lot
Yeah,
this matchup.
I agree, I agree.
Because you start, you have one more land, you have one more turn, and he's probably going for cleansing wildfire, waiting another turn, so doing giving to you another turn of damage, open damage, that as we can see can be also 11, 15 damage in one turn. So here Cassani has to keep Eugen to try to turn off the good start of Alvisi.
Yeah, but the thing is, you have 15 minutes and you really need to win this game.
Yeah,
So I'm curious if he changes this plan to have a more aggressive, like
yeah,
to have like a kind of deterministic win at some point. Because we saw he plays just one lightning bolt and decide that out.
yeah.
So maybe
I think that this deck cannot win in 15 minutes in
yeah,
against a deck like so where you have to start conservative,
yeah.
no?
You
So
really have to kill everything and
yeah,
then
you have to stabilize the board, gain some time, and then swing back. But in 13 minutes, I think that is a quite challenging thing.
yeah, I think like he decide to cut the Angel Song for the bolt and to try to go for a little line because when you have more ephemerates and Archimancer, also I think Lightning Bolt is better to be
Yeah.
played down on turn 1, on turn 2.
Also taking his time from sideboard that
Yeah.
and
Then pie shuffling.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's the quite good thing about the the live play, no, and not MTGO.
Yes. Yeah, I think like not deciding to not concede this a strategic play to first to see more cards of the opponent because we see a lot of one-offs,
Yeah,
and also for of course because if you concede, you give your opponent more advantage because we saw that this Jeskai control deck is slow, while you can easily win on in 2 or 3 turns.
yeah, but at least you have to pass for evasive creatures
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Muldrifter and
Yeah,
so on. So
I think Alvisi will either keep or an aggressive hand with the Miriam Forcer or something that really needs to stall the game
mm,
with like Galvanic Blast and
yeah,
recursions. We will see.
completely agree that Cassani has to change the approach on this match because here 1 point is not good at all. So we need to find a way to win, and I really think that now Cassani will be in the aggro version of this deck. Mm, we've seen a mulligan for Albisi, eh?
Mhm.
Okay, so Albisi going on 6, but on draw on the play. I think trying to find the best hand to start and kill
Yeah,
the
like
slow deck of Cassani.
I think Asani is really trying to find like more any Mystic on turn 3 and then cantrips and removals on turn 4. That's what I would look for, like at least until 5 cards.
Yes. Let's see now if Albisi will keep it on 6.
Yeah, I think like the LBDC end is really puzzling sometimes because you have to count how many mana you need to
Yeah.
cast everything. The frog might be
Another mulligan for Albisi. So
Yeah.
going on 5, searching for a really huge start. And now for Cassani, the situation goes better. I think that now it has to try to keep at 5, because if you go at 4, you don't have value to do as much
Yeah.
damage,
I think you
and
just get steamrolled by everything your opponent does.
yeah. So that's a forced keep, I think. 2 cards to choose.
And they have like 9 minutes to end up this game, plus of course the 5 turns. I think they already are counting the extra time. Hopefully, yes.
Okay, 2 cards on bottom of the deck, and let's see the start. Oh, top land. Top land, you go mirror match until now.
Yeah, when I was looking at the ends, I felt like Cassani was playing familiars because he didn't have any red card,
Yeah,
while like Alvis was playing Grixis Affinity because he didn't have any white cards. But then I went to look a bit further, and
that's a very good talk cast
yeah,
to recover the 2 cards that you
put on the
lost.
bottom, yes. It's a blue elemental blast, interesting.
Cleansing Wildfire turn 2.
It looks like yes. I'm not sure if those are casting to fire or other wildfires.
I think that is the other Wildfire. I didn't see it well.
We see a lot of ramps. Yeah, they look like wildfires.
Yeah. So now having a land advantage, card advantage, and but I think that if the approach also for Cassani will be like, so at least you will have just 1 point. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think like I'm really a huge fan of concessions.
yeah,
So for the affinity player, getting in the bracket of the control decks is really bad.
yeah, completely
So
agree.
I would rather concede than just taking a draw. Or I think maybe Cassani, like if you really feel you're confident into playing mirror matches and like versus lower decks, you should be happy to take a draw.
Yeah, they were both at 6-1, but with this draw they cannot lose
Mm-hmm.
anything. So uh, for sure Cassani is happier than Albisi,
Yeah,
but yeah, as an aggro player I would concede.
yeah, probably me too.
Okay, finding a relic here, exiling the cleansing wildfire from the graveyard.
The thing is, Relic is a good card, but not when you have 6 minutes
Yeah,
because just does nothing.
you can throw it on your opponent, taking the relic and throw it on face. I
Yeah.
think some damages will be done with the relic,
I mean,
especially if you throw it like a ninja,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and coming on the eye.
With very thick sleeves.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here I'll busy again, again searching for a way to win in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
5:30.
5 minutes.
Okay. and our staff told us that in the other side event there are 220 people.
So as it's a number of Hageddon of 2 years ago. 2 years ago, 200, yeah, 270. Yeah. The stuff is confirming that the 2 years and a half ago, 200 players. So now the side event of
Yeah.
just the people that want to stay here and play is the same as 2 years ago for the main event. So this community is growing over and over.
Yeah, in fact, like nowadays, like doing 7-1 or 6-2 in 8 round side events, like
Yeah.
it's actually a result.
Yeah. Okay, another land for Cassani that now I think that he realized that we still focus on the
4 mana threat, though that's like the Murmuring Mystic that really needs to win this game. So maybe I think now that Will's set off, they probably have time to maybe end this game, I think.
yeah with the
Maybe
additional probably yes.
yeah, maybe even with even Cassani, that Mystic really can change the pace of the game.
Yeah, now coming scared for the only evasive creature of Alvisi that is Green Talk, and again that relic
Yeah.
is going for the making the most controlled affinity player of today.
And we see a Scred plus counterspell.
So match completely controlled by Cassani that can remove and counter. Another ginger brute.
Yeah, being at 17 is, I think, safe.
Yeah. Also, if you're searching for glitters that can take that counter spell, I think that this
Yeah.
match is over.
Yeah, I think like now if Cassani can draw like some cantrips, like some Preordain, Lorien, whatever, like draws cards, um, can really explode with this Mystic.
Yeah.
And I think I would attack now, starting
Yeah.
to getting through.
You will have at least other 2 tokens in
Yeah.
this turn, so or also cleric, but he decided to pass. And again, a damage from ginger brute going on 15.
Yeah, I think differently from familiars, this deck doesn't play a ton of ways to abuse the Mystic. So
Yeah,
like in familiars,
that
you have
yeah.
many draws.
I've lost from familiar that attacked me with like 25 flying birds with infinite things.
What did you play yesterday?
Cool Dota Barn
Okay.
with attach Goblin Grenade, my
Ooh.
my best touch that gave me the 0-3. So I'm really happy about my touch. Don't try this at home, guys, because at least you will be on stream. Yeah, if you want to cast the second day of stream, you can take your Goblin Grenade, losing the first day, and then going on the stream. If that is your
That's a
strategy,
goal.
yeah, that's a goal.
Yeah, and we saw casting to fire to kill relic rather than a blocker. I think I would have just killed the Ornithopter to have
Yeah,
a bit more of aggressive power. Think like they have 50 seconds now, unless they have extra time. So they need to be aggressive, and I think that one is good enough to be counterspelled.
yeah, I agree. That Glinto can be countered. I don't know if he wants to keep the counterspell for all that glitters, but
Yeah, I think it's fine. So yeah, counterspell achieved.
these birds are coming really really populated. It's like a
Yeah.
storm now.
Slow and
So
steady.
yeah, it's like 4 damage at every turn. So we still have this turn and all the additionals.
Mhm.
So also Cassani can be focused on the attacks here. Cleric,
I think it's just gonna gain 2 life.
yeah, yeah, gaining 2 life.
So Junior Root would be like a 10-10 or 9-9. This is turn 1.
Okay, so additional turns.
I think like the Affinity player can still win, like maybe if he plays like double all that glitters. No,
Yes, but
passes.
pass is not a way to to win this game probably.
We saw cleansing wildfire.
And also Gingerbrute on back is a
It's 3
clear
life,
message.
yes.
Yeah, is a clear message that he realized that now can lose this game, Albisi. So now players can play with their time. They are on additional turn, but Cassani goes on. It seems like he's playing Cool Dota Mono Red now. Cassani just throwing
Yeah.
all the cards on the opponent.
Attack with everything, and I think this game won't end unless something like Lorien plus Bolt and Ephemerate, something like that.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I think the Jeskai player has like 4 lands in hand, so
Yeah, land and just attack with from 4/6 and okay, this is 1/1. Another land. Okay,